Saturday is the 4th annual Daffodil Day in Cockermouth to celebrate the life of local poet William Wordsworth, and the organising committee say that the day will be one packed with activity.
Well, we've got lots of activities going on in the town. We've got music, poetry in the All Saints Church, Georgian town walks from Wordsworth House up to All Saints Church, which will cover a route that many of the highlights of the walk will have been around in Wordsworth time. We've got poetry displays in some of the shop windows, winners of the poetry competition from the schools. And we've got a shop window display organised kindly for us by the Chamber of Trade. So we're looking forward to a very colourful Daffodil Day.
The day has attracted 2 patrons for the event and is sure to be a bright day on residents' calendars.
Yeah, Lord and Lady Egremont from Cockermouth Castle have agreed to be the patrons of the event, which we're very grateful for. And they will open the event at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. We've got in excess of 50,000 daffodils planted around the town, all, dare I say, planted by the Rotary Club about 4 years ago. And with the shop windows being colourful with their Daffodil Day display, it's absolutely wonderful.
The community is set to showcase its wealth of musical talent for all visitors to see.
We've used local music groups to be part of Daffodil Day, and we've got the ukulele group from Cockermouth, and they're really enthusiastic. It's the first time they've done it, and they're really keen to come along and do it. And then we have Castlegate Singers, which is our ladies choir, and then we've got another group called Altar Music, which is recorders and other musical instruments. And also we've got the local Cockermouth Mechanics Brass Band. And they're all very keen to be involved. And we're trying to share that round and bring different, because there's quite a lot of music in Cockermouth. It is a musical town in amazing ways. For such a, what might be relatively a small town, it's actually got a lot of musical gifting and ability.
The day is based on a poem Wordsworth composed, inspired by the spring flowers at Ullswater.
Wordsworth wrote a poem which begins, "I wandered lonely as a cloud." It's sometimes known as that, it's sometimes known as the Daffodils poem. It doesn't actually have an official title. It's quite a short poem, but it's one that I think has a very particular place in people's hearts and memories. It's often a poem that people have learnt at school. Certainly a lot of the international visitors who come to the Lake District and visit Wordsworth House here in Cockermouth, they know that poem if they don't know anything else by Wordsworth.
Centred on this theme is the children's poetry competition, with local school pupils submitting their own works for judgment.
Well, I think we find, working at the Trust, that children love poetry, that quite often as people grow up they lose their confidence or their interest in it, and that obviously means that the more children learn to enjoy poetry, write it themselves, be creative, express themselves, the better. And the poetry competition across the schools in the town is just a lovely sort of extra dimension, I think, to the day itself.
Businesses in the town are competing in a friendly competition to decorate their shop fronts with daffodil-themed displays and are working together to capitalise on the boost of footfall.
It's bringing people into the town that maybe wouldn't normally visit, and this time of year, spring, hopefully we'll have a nice weather. It makes people wander around the town and see the shops, and more people in the town, the more people we should sell to. If they're working together and they're doing different products and things, then when people come to the town, they've got more choice. They'll then come, there's refreshments there for them, but they may then come into town, have some lunch, make a day of it. Rather than staying in Cockermouth for a couple of hours, they'll stay for the day.
This year's Daffodil Day is set to be the most high-profile one yet, ensuring that visitors to the Lake District town will not wander as lonely as a cloud. Ciara McFadgen, That's TV.